Can we talk about Harry Maguire though? Because Adam said it there. KG's been on it as well. He said, Haaland in the back pocket, Maguire in a back three with protection either side, and two midfielders just ahead of him as well in that little sort of box protection. I'm going to say,
England Maguire.
He's going to do all right. That's England Maguire, yeah.
England Maguire. Yeah, England Maguire.
He was stepping in. He was aggressive. I tell you what, Thomas Tuchel's looking at this saying, "I've got my Maguire back."
Yeah, Tuchel is his name on Tuchel's team sheet right now.
Yeah, for me, he's the ultimate professional, isn't it? Let's be honest, guys, man. Like, when he's out of the team, when he's getting cussed and he's getting abused.
This is Harry Beckenbauer again, Saeed. No, they're calling for it. Saeed, is it? It looked Beckenbauerish yesterday,
we
bro.
Was all there together as well.
The future, Saeed. You saw the future.
He's passed away.
It was me, Adam, Flex, Saeed, and when he said it.
Now listen, I think for me, if he was still alive, then maybe, but he's passed away now. The late Kaiser, so we got to keep it like that, man, and just man, can't disrespect his name anymore, man. So Maguire's doing his thing.
Okay, can we do Harry Maldini then? Can we do that?
Harry Maldini.
Nah, even Maldini, man.
Did you see that? Did you see that picture with him with the Maldini hair? Going around
Listen, there's a reason why. Listen, there's a reason why I rated him. You know what I mean? Since day one in it, like it's something that I saw the calmness. I think for me in his play, he could play out from the back. And like I said, the price tag was one of the things where we got a lot of distraction from.
No, I'm not. No, let's go back because that's hold on. Reason why I rated it from day one. None of us fans get to talk like we was on the Harry Maguire hype train because we gave up on that guy. There's no Man United fan, maybe one out there. No, you can't drop that. I rated him since day one. Do you know we did Harry Maguire as a community?
No
one gets to say that here.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
What I said about the price tag, that's affected his game a lot, to the point where, people are judging him to be £85 million player. But what I will say is that I think I agree with you, actually. As part of a squad, he doesn't really do much harm. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a squad, steady Eddie. He doesn't give you that many bad for. And also in the back three, he's actually maybe maybe saved his career.
Made for it. He's made for it. He's made for that role.
No, he's actually saved his career a little bit. Because at the end of the day, you got to remember, he's not going to moan that he's not playing. He's not going to be, writing statements or whatever. He's just going to be saying, you know what, cool. Like, it's not. And he's the one that gets a lot of most of the abuse. But I don't mind him part of a squad. You know what I mean? Because he knows his role. The problem is, right, we got other prima donnas in this team that when they get subbed or when they don't play, they start doing the whole moaning and and the attitude and whatever. He just gets on with it. He comes in, puts a 7, 8 out of 10 performance, and that's it. And that's why the manager likes him. And so far this season, he hasn't put a foot wrong. So credit to him. And whether he should stay or not is down to the manager and down to the recruitment team. But
what would you do, Saeed? When it gets, what would you do?
I wouldn't mind if he was squad.
Yeah, okay.
He would be my star. He would be my star.
He would the 1 year, right there.
190k a week his contract is a big contract.
But he'd get a wage cut.
I'm keeping him, lads.
But like I said, it's steady Eddie, man.
Like Saeed said there, in terms of you've got other prima donnas in the side. It's a question I just want to ask everybody there. That match day squad. So everyone was on the bench, everyone that was on that starting lineup. Who out of them players would you say is a prima donna?
In the starting lineup?
Starting 11 and on the bench. Are we saying that the two that were taken out are what the issues are right here? Because I can't see anyone who started that team.
The rest
I knew Saeed was going to say Bruno.
He's a team player. He's not a prima donna.
The thing is, Harry Maguire has been labelled as player FC throughout. It's like one of the problems. You see it all the time in your chats, all the time, live chats, comments on your videos. It's like, we need to get rid of Rashford, Maguire, Shaw, all of these players. He gets thrown into these. Really? Yeah. He's the one player that's probably been tarnished with that brush when he's probably not really kicked up a stink at all anyway. I mean, when he got the abuse, which was probably worse than what Rashford has had, let's be honest. On Maguire, he didn't do anything. No. He didn't even bat an eyelid, did he? He just carried on. He took the stick and he carried on. He proved me wrong. I've come straight out and say I completely slaughtered him 2 seasons ago when he was captain. I thought he was done, and I was gone. I said last season, credit to him, he lost his captaincy there. He stayed professional. He did all right last season. He's coming this season again. He says, I'm going to get a contract. I did have a little bit of a giggle, but he's proven me wrong again. He's just performing. I don't get me wrong. Like, if
you know why, though?
Through playing better, then we're all for it.
But then this is why we don't get, and this is why I was on Saeed in terms of we're not trying to rewrite history and act like we've all backed Maguire, because we haven't. In this community, especially, like, let's say Xerxes gets to turn it around. You don't want to allow me to say, yeah, Xerxes, I've always backed you, I always believed. Fuck off. We saw what he was doing, and we all cussed Maguire was a player that we've said so many names. So him and Lindelof together, the Chuckle Brothers. Remember what was calling these guys for years, bro. So then now, guess
remember
what?
Jay was calling him Maggie. What did he call him, Adam? What does Jay call him, Adam? Maggie.
We remember when he done a celebration for England, and then we was cussing this guy. What this guy has done here is he's drowned out the noise here, and he's done it himself, bro. So he's one of those players that again deserves a lot of respect. And this is why when I saw him run into the Kyle Walker fray yesterday, I goes, you know what? Finally, leader. That's the leader that we've been waiting and looking for. And because he can play that position in the center so effortlessly, it works.
But also,
is that because he's been out of the spotlight more and he's not been playing as regularly and he's not the captain? Because remember as well, this is the other point of contention. There was bad performances, and let me again, you can't rewrite history because he was playing bad. You know, it's not like he came completely out of nowhere. He was playing bad. Side's right in the extent of he was playing bad. Then plus you question the price tag when you're playing bad, and then on top of that, you're playing bad, price tag, and you're the captain. And you got the captain after being there like 6 months or something, wasn't it? Like all of that comes to one. So I think what we have to be careful with is, last couple of seasons, to be fair, when he's come in, he's played well, but that's because he's come in. It's not as if he's playing every single week, and every single week he's been playing.
But that's why he's a good squad player. And what we realised is that he's a good squad player.
That's why I say with his
he was booed on pre-season. He was booed in Australia. He was booed in Australia. Booed in Scotland. He was booed in Australia. Do you know what? They don't even.
But that's largely irrelevant to what I'm saying there, KG, isn't it? But my point is with all of that is I totally agreed, and I push back on that because if you're playing for the club, if you step over the white line, then you should be
booed in Ireland as well.
Exactly, but this is when Ineos have to be ruthless. We go back to the ruthlessness. If Harry Maguire wants the same contract he's on, which is 190k a week, which is a first-team starter salary, then you've got to have a different conversation. Yes, we'd have him as a squad player, but then he would have to be on a squad player contract, and this is going to be the last big contract of his career because he's what? 30, 31, something like that, around that kind of age. So it's a big decision for him.
But he ain't going to go nowhere and get 190k though.
And it's a World Cup season next season as well. So, you know, he's got to be playing regularly. We're talking about Thomas Tuchel. He'd be the first name on the team sheet. If he's not playing regularly and he's in and out on the United side, that's important too.
I think what he said, and there has been talk. He has mentioned it himself. He said we're having positive talks. I think it's all around the triggered 1 year extension that he can get. Because United have an option to trigger one more year next year, which will take him into the World Cup. Have a good World Cup. Thank you, United. Move on. Get yourself a new deal. He ain't getting anywhere near the money that he's on right now. Ineos won't do it.
And Ineos wouldn't even
give De Ligt that money. He's still not on more than what De Ligt's still not on more than what Maguire is.
De Ligt's on 195. Yeah,
195.
Yeah, pretty much like that's a 25-year-old. He's going to be, what, 32 coming up?
He's never going to get
it. No way that Ineos... I mean, you've seen what he said about bleeding Casemiro, Sir Jim Radcliffe. Giving him his contract and a 30-year-old. Maguire won't get that. It's not sustainable. But I think he's clinging on to that extra 1 year that the club can trigger. I feel like they could... I don't think you're going to get much money out of him if you sell him. I don't think he's worth that much. I think what you got to look at is, would you use Maguire as a squad player for Amorim in his second season? Well, he gets used to everything. I think he's handy to have in there, and I think he's happy to be a squad player, which I think works for Amorim. And then look past that, you'll have Yoro will be another year on. Everyone's getting a bit more settled in.
Well, the thing is as well, Adam, is that, like I said to O this morning, because I'm in the camp of we can't invest into the future of Harry Maguire for him to be our future. However, we play with 3 centre-backs now. So you need, 6.